Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Melissa. So today I thought it would be fun to do my favorite reads of 2017. I'm also going to include my least favorite reads of 2017 because I only have a few that I did not really care for. Most of the books that I was able to read this year were really good and I enjoyed most of them. So I'm going to talk about my favorite reads first and then get into my least favorites. So I'm going to take a swig and put it down. Good coffee. Anyways, so let's get into my favorite reads. So the first one is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. Excuse me, I still kind of recovering from this cold, but anyways, I actually read this month, and so I'm not going to really talk a whole lot about it because it's going to be featured in my wrap-up. But I finished this one this month, and I really enjoyed it. I absolutely love this book. It was so good. It drew me right into the story. I just really love when a book can draw you right into the story, and it was so good. I absolutely enjoyed this book. I picked it up because I was actually sick for 2 days, and I kind of needed something to read other than the book I was currently reading because the book I was reading was kind of boring and I didn't really like it as much. So I picked this one up on a whim and I read it in 2 days because it was just so good. I absolutely love this. I could not put it down. So I gave this one a 5 stars. So the next one I'm going to talk about is Warcross by Marie Lu. And although I was a little bit disappointed with this book, I think there was a little bit too much hype around it because when I read it, it just didn't wow me as I expected it to. I was expecting to be completely wowed. It did not. But I still really enjoyed this book. Excuse me. I still really enjoyed this book, and I definitely gave it 4 stars just because of the little disappointed. And I didn't care for the ending. I hated the ending, actually. I'm hoping they're continuing, like maybe there's another book coming out, because the way they ended it was like, really, it was horrible. I hated it. But this follows Emika, who is a bounty hunter hacker, and she hacks her way into this game called Warcross, and which is a virtual reality game, which I really thought the virtual reality stuff was really cool. Even though I didn't understand all of it, I really thought that was really neat. So anyway, she hacks her way into this game to steal a power-up that's very expensive, and she wants to sell it so she can pay the bills, basically. And so when she does this, she actually glitches herself into the game and exposes herself to everybody. So now she thinks she's going to get arrested and prosecuted for what she just did. And so she ends up instead of getting arrested, she ends up getting a job from the creator to be the bounty hunter hacker in the game to find out why it's glitching and what's going on. This book was so intriguing. It was just a really cool book. I really enjoyed it. There is a little romance in it because Emika kind of has a crush on the creator of the game. So it was kind of cute, but I don't know if it was really necessary, but it's still a good book. I really enjoyed it, so I would highly recommend it. Like I said, I gave it 4 stars. The next book I'm going to share is The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. I actually listened to the audiobook for this and absolutely loved it. I gave it 5 stars for sure, but this follows Leah, who is betrothed to the Prince of Dalbrick, and she's, their kingdoms are trying to create an alliance. So she's betrothed to this prince, but she doesn't want to marry him because she just thinks he's going to be like this old, weird dude that she just doesn't want to marry. So she ends up fleeing on her wedding day, and in doing so she ends up getting pursued by an assassin meant to kill her, and then the prince she was supposed to marry. And throughout the book you don't know which one is which. It was very hidden, like very well done. I did not know until it revealed itself in the book because I tried to figure it out, and I just, every time I thought, oh, maybe I got it figured out, no, I did not. It was so good. But I really love this book, and I also love the fact that it does not only Leah's perspective, but also the assassin and the prince's perspective, so that is really cool as well, because I really enjoyed that. But I definitely gave this one 5 stars. It was so good. Then the next one is Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. I buddy read this with my best friend, and we both absolutely love this book. I gave it 5 stars for sure because it just was so good. But it follows Isabel, who is a painter, and it's set in this world where fairies desire human craft because they can't do it themselves or they'll die. So she is a very well-known painter and very good at what she does. And so she gets a job painting the Autumn Prince's portrait, and doing so, she paints sorrow in his eyes, which is a big no-no because fairies don't show emotion. And it could cost him everything. His crown, just his reputation, his kingdom, it could cost him everything. So, so now she's going to stand trial in his kingdom for her portrait, and things happen along the way, and it just was so cute. I absolutely enjoyed this. The world was so beautiful, so beautifully written. It's so intriguing. I just really enjoyed this book, and I really enjoyed the craft portion of it. I'm a crafter myself, although I'm not a painter. I just really enjoyed that portion. I just thought it was kind of a neat touch. So, definitely 5 stars. And then the next books I'm going to share is, of course, A Court of Thorns and Roses, A Court of Mist and Fury, and A Court of Wings and Ruins. I love these books. They were amazing. If you haven't read them, the first book is A Beauty and the Beast retelling, and it follows Feyre, who is human, and she, one day she kills a fairy, and a fairy disguised as a wolf. So she kills them, and in doing so, the Prince of Springcourt comes and tells her that she can either, excuse me, either live out her days in his kingdom or die in front of her family. So she chose the latter, and so it follows her and her trying to break the curse, and it just was really good. I like that it took more of a darker twist on the Beauty and the Beast fairy tale. I just thought it was very good. I absolutely loved them. Although I would have to say A Court of Mist and Fury is my favorite out of the whole series. I absolutely love this book. It was just so good, so beautiful, and it kind of follows Feyre and what happens after the curse and her adjusting to her new abilities and different things, and it just was so good. I loved them. I think everybody should read these books because they are just amazing. And I cannot wait until A Court of Frost and Starlight comes out. I cannot wait. May is too far away, and I cannot wait. So that is all my favorite reads for this year. So I'm going to share with you my least favorite reads. So one of my least favorite reads of this year was Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express. This was our book club pick for the month of November, and I did not like this book. A lot of it was in French, and I don't know French. I know like the basic, like bonjour and Mancherie and stuff like that. I know the basics, but I don't know like French, full-blown French. And so I had a hard time with it because I missed a lot of the dialogue. So I didn't understand what was going on. It was kind of confusing, and so I didn't get it done before book club, so I just DNF'd it because I couldn't get into it. So yeah, that is one of my least favorite books of this year. And I gave it 1 star. Or no, did I give it 2 stars? Maybe I gave it 2 stars. I can't remember. I have to look at my Goodreads. The next one is The Afterlife of Holly Chase by Cynthia Hand. I just finished this one this month, and I'm not going to really talk a whole lot about it, but I didn't really care for it. I liked the premise of the book. I gave it 3 stars, but most of the book was the main character complaining and just being downright mean, and I just did not care for that. She's a compulsive liar, and I didn't care for it. So I really enjoyed the ending. I thought it went from like meh to like, oh, really good, and then it was like the book was over. Like, I thought the ending was better than the rest of the book, but I did finish it. So, and this was our book club pick for this month, the month of December. So, and then of course the last one, and I think I gave that one 3 stars, just because I did like the ending and I liked the premise of the book. I just didn't like the main character. So the next book, I absolutely hated this book. I gave it 1 star. If I could, I give it 0 stars because I hated it so much. And that is King's Cage by Victoria Aveyard. I'm sorry if you like this book, but I absolutely hated this book. I hated the main character. She was whiny, complainy, and just downright bitchy. I just did not care for her. And most of the book was just her, like most of the beginning of the book was just her complaining. I got halfway through this book and it was all just her complaining about her situation, her current situation. It's like she just wasted away to nothing and she just let it, and then she'd complain about it. It's like, seriously? Like, ugh. I actually really like the villain in this book a lot better than her, and she's supposed to be the hero of this book, and I couldn't stand it. I DNF'd it because I got halfway through and I was getting into a horrible reading slump, and I'm like, you know what, I don't want to go there because I just came out of one, and yeah, I just hated this book. So this is my least favorite book of this year. But anyways, that is all the books I have to share with you. I hope you guys enjoyed my favorites and least favorites of this year. Let me know what you guys' favorites or least favorites were. I would really love to hear that. So definitely let me know in the comments. And then if you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and hit subscribe if you like to see more. And if you like to follow me elsewhere, I'll leave all those links in the box below, so definitely check it out. And my phone's gonna die, so I'm going to get off, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you guys next time. Bye!